President Trump says he is sticking with a naval blockade of Iranian ports.
The longer the strait is closed, the longer people will be potentially under strain in terms of energy, fertilizer, and all of that filters through the economy.
This is the worst supply shock in history.
The oil market is no stranger to price shocks. This particular war and the scale of disruption that we're seeing is truly unprecedented.
There's been something of disconnect between the futures market and the physical market. When you think about the physical market, that's real barrels changing hands.
Values in the physical market have actually been at times $20, $30, $40 more than where futures prices have been.
Basically, we should anticipate net something like 1 billion barrels of lost supply to the world markets over the course of this war. And again, that's still a predictive number because we don't know when it's going to end.
We're losing as much as 14, 15 million barrels a day every single day that the Strait of Hormuz is blocked off.
Demand hasn't yet adjusted to balance with that. So one of the things that we're thinking a lot about is demand destruction.
If we're losing 1 billion barrels in supplies, demand has to come down to match supply. And so the real question is, how long can we sustain this? And not just in terms of price, but in terms of supply. Consumer behavior has to change to match the supply loss. OPEC has always been a stabilizer of the market.
In other crises, what you would traditionally expect to see, if there's a shortage, then OPEC can step in and increase supply and help bring down prices. In this case, a lot of the damage has been on OPEC assets. The big producers are stuck behind the Strait of Hormuz.
For real-world operators, for ship owners, who is really going to take the risk of these voyages?
There's been huge damage to oil fields, to refineries. Some of the world's biggest refineries are in that region, ports, other energy infrastructure.
That will take years to fix.
We are running down the buffers. We're running down the stockpiles. And by the way, those will have to be replenished once this is all over.
In pockets of Asia, we've already seen governments come out and say government officials should work from home, do not visit malls after a certain time, and curfews.
The key thing is peace needs to break out so the Strait of Hormuz can reopen. And without that, it's very difficult to even start to think about any kind of normalization.
According to our analysis, it can take up to 2 years to see the big chunk of the production coming back to the before war levels.
It's going to take weeks in some instances to get the oil flowing where it's perhaps most needed. The effects of this war will be felt on consumers and for all of us, really, for years to come.